Theodore Ted Faro, a name synonymous with the apocalypse and the end of all life on Earth. Born in 2013 in Utah, Ted had a pretty normal childhood. At age 18, he went to learn business at the University of California, Los Angeles. However, theory was not what interested Ted. What he really wanted was real fieldwork. He dropped out in 2033 in order to create his own company, the Faro Automation System, also known as FAS. He encountered his first successes with his lines of robotic bodyguards, personal servitors, and his multifunction neural interface known as Focus. It's really in the year 2040, thanks to a great environmental crisis, that FAS would really gain traction. With the help of his new recruit, Dr. Elizabeth Sobek, FAS would become a pioneer in green robotics and be on the front line of the ecological battle until the Earth slowly started to regain balance after centuries of abusive exploitation and mistreatment. At the top of his game, he would secretly finance the Firebreak Project, which aimed to stabilize the caldera of the Yellowstone National Park supervolcano. Ted Faro, the man who saved the world. However, the world was now recovering rapidly, and this market would soon lose its spotlight. The time came for Ted to think bigger. That's how he made the decision to move FAS's focus to the extremely lucrative industry of military contracts. And he couldn't have been more right. In 2052, the UK announced that they were decommissioning all their human personnel, replacing them entirely with automated combat forces. The US would follow suit 3 years later. This decision catapulted him to the top of the world. His company became the biggest financial success the world had ever known, to the point that Ted himself became the world's first trillionaire. His success wasn't all that smooth sailing, though. Appalled by this change of direction, Dr. Sobek, who had developed the FAS environmental line for the past 8 years, decided to quit and build a competitive company called Miriam. This rubbed Ted the wrong way, and he began a ceaseless campaign of filing legal cases against her. Now completely committed to the military business, FAS took up the habit of souring relationships between its clients and fueling existing tensions in order to maximize its sales. That is how the Chariot line was born, the pinnacle of automated military technology composed of 3 units: the Scarab, the Kopesh, and the Horus. The Chariot weapon platforms were designed to attack as a swarm. Its success was based on 3 unique assets. First, the Chariot could hack into and absorb any automated unit attacking it into its own forces. Second, Chariot units were entirely autonomous, being able to self-repair and replicate, while also being capable of consuming and converting any biomass into fuel. Finally, they were designed to be completely hack-proof, only answering to the unit's owners and their codes. This security made this line of weapon extremely popular. It was crucial to make sure that the enemy couldn't hack your military units during a fight, whatever the consequences may be. Being nigh impossible to attack with drones and impervious to cyber attacks made these war machines virtually unstoppable. The Chariot line was Ted Faro's masterpiece, his magnum opus. Until the glitch. In 2064, the swarm belonging to Hartz Timor Energy stopped answering its owner and began operating independent of human oversight. Usually, a back door would have allowed entry into the software in order to correct these kind of issues with a patch. However, overconfident, Ted Faro asked his engineers to seal that gate to all, even themselves. Feeling the pressure, he contacted the only person he knew who could solve the problem. In exchange for dropping all charges against her company, Dr. Sobek accepted to meet her old employer. The day following their meeting, she delivered her analysis. 15 months. That's all they had left until the Earth was completely sterilized by the swarm. The end of the world was in sight. 2 days later, blackmailed by Sobek and pressured by the American Joint Chief of Staff leaders, Ted accepted to finance her solution. This was the start of Project Zero Dawn.